So basically, Pleo is about enabling employees and managers and finance departments solve spending in businesses in a smart way so that it does not frustrate employees to do expense reports and so that it's easier for finance people to know where's the money going. We sort of fit the fintech, so financial technology box quite well. We started out building software only, so being a tech company, and then slowly and steadily we sort of built the financial services arm of our business. We had thousands and thousands of plastic cards and virtual cards out there in the hands of users. That was a program that we were operating, and we wanted to switch that to Enfuce. So you can say our marriage or our partnership sort of started with actually transferring our existing customers onto the Enfuce platform. This is a huge endeavor and very risky too. So we actually tested the relationship quite thoroughly in the very beginning because there will always be things happening that you didn't expect. There will always be mistakes. Are you problem solving together? How quick are you in responding? All these type of things, very, very important from the beginning. You can do a slower migration, which is a recarding essentially. You send out cards and ask customers to use those new cards and adopt those. And it took probably around 6 months to execute, and was extremely complicated to do. It's a whole thing. It's a big project. So when you choose a provider, make sure that you choose one that can support you for the long term. That is, has high uptime, that's not down. One that has a tech stack that is, solid and where the foundation is really solid. And where there's some modularity, they know that they can add on new things if you need them in the future. Because you don't want to go through either migration or recarding. That's something you want to do once in your life, not twice. Enfuce was more recent, so also built on the latest technology, which sort of de-risked the proposition quite a bit. And we could see that, whatever they were building actually really worked. It was extremely solid, and that they had a much broader sort of feature set and many more options for us to develop together with them new features that would benefit our customers. We got access to the architects and the people behind the scenes. It was a requirement for us that our engineers met their engineers and workshopped together to figure out how a new solution could look like, what would be the pros and cons for that new solution. And they were like, sure, why not? And so they had nothing to hide and actually were quite proud of who they were and their capabilities. So what we like to use from Enfuce is the payment processing, where we really see them best in class. So for us, we're razor focused on the best payment processing that we can get, and that's what we are getting from Enfuce. I would probably push to become more aggressive on the timeline, because it's scary, but if you do your pre-work, it's actually not as scary as it sounds. They really seem to be on the ball, ready to work with us, ready to answer when we actually write them, and we have very good communication with them. So for us, it's like they go all in. So even from the very get-go, when we were designing the program together, making sure that the right people were there, really actually challenging us back. Here it was more like, are you sure you really want to go down this road? Because these are the 3 things you need to take into consideration if you really want to do this. Maybe think about this way of doing it instead. So it was much more of a partnership and, sort of challenging back and forth from the beginning, which is not something we were used to. There's been good times, there's been bad times, but we've solved it together, and I think that's the most important.